Eyewitnesses spoke of seeing dismembered bodies.
Bombings captured by CCTV cameras, by witnesses,
Oh my God.
or by reporters. The targets were all chosen to claim as many innocent victims as possible and have become lasting symbols of the blind violence and indiscriminate cruelty of terrorism. How did these tragic events unfold? How did the investigators track down the culprits?
A bomb at the American embassy killed...
We traveled the 5 continents to discover 10 of the worst bombings of recent history. 10 unthinkable events that rocked the planet. When major news breaks, the world stops. Boston, Massachusetts, one of the oldest cities in the United States. Famous for its great universities, Harvard and MIT, but also for its marathon, held every year on Patriots' Day. It's April 15, 2013, 2:49 p.m. The winner of the 117th Boston Marathon crossed the finish line 3 hours ago, and waves of runners continue to complete the 42.2 kilometers to the applause of the crowd. It was then that tragedy struck. A bomb has just exploded near the finish line. "14 seconds later, the detonation of a second bomb cracks the sky just yards away. The official marathon finish area quickly descends into chaos. As police, runners, rescue workers, and spectators tried to help the victims, the cameramen and press photographers in attendance captured events as they unfolded, immortalizing the horror. The first device exploded at 671 Boylston Street in front of the Marathon Sports Store. The second, 190 meters away at 755 Boylston Street. The toll was heavy, 3 dead and 260 injured. Soon after the attack, investigators were able to identify the type of device used: 2 pressure cookers filled with nails and other lethal shrapnel. 3 days later, testimony from one of the victims, combined with CCTV and security camera footage, identified the 2 men who had been carrying the improvised explosive devices, or IEDs, concealed in their backpacks. On the night of April 18, the 2 men were located. They had killed a policeman near the MIT campus in Cambridge, stolen a vehicle, and taken its driver hostage. They were finally intercepted at around 1 a.m. in the suburb of Watertown. After a violent exchange of gunfire, one of the suspects was hit and succumbed to his injuries. The second managed to escape. Evidence found at the scene identified the 2 men as Tamerlan Tsarnaev and his brother Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, both of Chechen origin, aged 26 and 19. Tamerlan, the eldest, died in the standoff with police. Dzhokhar was found on the evening of April 19, hidden under the tarpaulin of a boat, parked on a trailer in the drive of a local resident's house. The terrorist was sentenced to death in 2015. He is still held today on death row at the Supermax ADX Florence Federal Prison in Colorado. The 2013 Boston Marathon bombing would traumatize the residents of Boston and people across the United States. The two Tsarnaev brothers had lived in the country for many years before being inspired by Al-Qaeda and becoming radicalized. They claimed to have undertaken the act in revenge for American strikes on Muslim countries, proof positive that a war on terror had come home, and that a terrorist attack could strike at any moment, anywhere.
There are people still below ground. This is one of the reasons I think.
London, capital and beating heart of the United Kingdom. A gigantic city and arguably the most cosmopolitan and multicultural on the planet. And yet, despite its reputation for easy tolerance, London is about to be struck by an attack of extreme cruelty. It's July 7, 2005, just before 9 a.m. Sirens wail throughout the city. Ambulances and police cars converge on several public transport stations. Their entrances, once filled with commuters, now occupied by dozens of emergency vehicles and hundreds of members of the police force. 3 bombs have just exploded on the underground tube trains in the space of 50 seconds. The first on a Circle Line train between Liverpool Street and Aldgate stations, in the heart of the financial district. The second on a Piccadilly Line train between King's Cross and Russell Square stations in the center of town. The third on another Circle Line train westbound from Edgware Road to Paddington, which had traveled only 100 meters from the platform. Death toll, 39.
For emergency crews, fears were of a gridlocked capital. The air ambulance based at...
Minutes after the 3 explosions, survivors emerged from the underground stations hit by the attack. And while the London police and the media are still trying to make sense of what has just happened, another attack is about to strike. At 9:47 a.m., 57 minutes after the first 3 explosions in the tube system, the number 30 double-decker bus is ripped apart by a bomb in Tavistock Square. A terrorist has just blown himself up inside the bus, killing 13 more people.
Witnesses spoke of seeing dismembered bodies still in their seats, other bodies thrown into the street.
Scotland Yard's investigation, based on surveillance camera footage, quickly identifies the 4 terrorists responsible for the attacks and reconstructs their movements. At 7:15 a.m. on July 7, 4 men enter Luton railway station, 32 miles north of London. Hasib Hussain, 18 years old. Shehzad Tanweer, 22 years old. Jermaine Lindsay, 19 years old, and Mohammed Sadiq Khan, 30 years old, later described as the mastermind of the attacks. The men are carrying backpacks containing small bombs, each weighing just 4.5 kilos and made from hydrogen peroxide. At 8:23 a.m., their train arrives at King's Cross Station in the heart of London. The 4 terrorists head for the underground. 3 of them enter 3 different tube trains and detonate their explosive devices. Shortly after 9 a.m., Hasib Hussain exits King's Cross Station and heads for Euston Station, where he boards the number 30 double-decker bus and detonates his bomb at Tavistock Square. The investigation will later show that the 4 terrorists, all British nationals, 3 with Pakistani origins and 1 of Jamaican heritage, had been radicalized for several years. A video recorded by Mohammed Sadiq Khan denouncing the UK's involvement in Iraq and Afghanistan proved the influence of Al-Qaeda on their attack. Even today, the tragedy of July 7, 2005 is still a trauma for all Londoners and proof that the 21st century began as one of hatred and terror.
Killed in the plant that targeted tourists and apparently Americans were among the dead.
Bali, an Indonesian island in the Indian Ocean, located between the islands of Java and Lombok. Coral reefs, turquoise blue seas and palm trees, beaches of volcanic black or coral white sand. It is a unique place the Indonesians call the Island of the Gods. Idyllic and rare, in just a few decades, Bali has become one of the world's most popular tourist destinations. And yet, this true paradise on Earth is about to turn into a living hell.
Fuck me. This is really scary.
It's October 12, 2002, in Kuta, in the south of the island. Just as another night of partying had begun, a terrible attack has struck the seaside resort. The bodies of the victims lie strewn across the ground. The emergency services are completely overwhelmed. Horror has visited the Island of the Gods. Two bombs explode in quick succession on Legion Road, Kuta's busiest street. 11:05 p.m. A suicide bomber enters Paddy's Irish pub and detonates an explosive device hidden in his backpack in the middle of the crowd. 45 seconds later, only 100 meters away outside the Sari nightclub on the other side of the street, a white Mitsubishi van packed with explosives detonates.
People are burnt everywhere.
The whole district goes up in flames.
It's an LPG container, there's people dead, there's everything. Our parents are going to be freaked. Thank God I'm okay, thank God Jill's okay. I just don't believe what happened here tonight.
The toll is heavy, 202 dead, the majority of them foreign tourists.
As the bulldozers moved in to clear the debris of the Sari Club, Indonesian police said they were questioning 8 suspects.
The perpetrators are quickly identified by investigators as members of the Jemaah Islamiyah terrorist organization linked to Al-Qaeda. A total of 33 people will be arrested for their involvement in the Bali bombings, including the 3 masterminds of the attack. Ali Amrazi bin Haji Nurasim, his brother Huda bin Abdul Haq, and Imam Samudra.
They maintain that the blasts were meant to punish the U.S. and its Western allies for alleged atrocities in Afghanistan and elsewhere.
The 3 men were sentenced to death in an Indonesian court in September 2003 and executed on November 9, 2008.
In 1 week, Bali has been transformed from an exotic location to an island of high risk and uncertainty.
Today, a memorial stands in somber remembrance opposite the former site of the Sari Club, which was completely destroyed by the explosion and never rebuilt. Bali, the Island of the Gods, will forever be marked by the horror that struck Kuta that night in October 2002. A night when more than 200 innocent people lost their lives.
Succession of explosions.
Bomb squad damage to the Murrah building was a tremendous.
You ain't lazy yet. Whoa, Angela, how she got so much stamina?
Oklahoma City, capital of Oklahoma. A city of 700,000 inhabitants experienced the horror of domestic terrorism in an event that scarred the city and the nation. It was the location of the deadliest bomb attack in U.S. history, a dubious distinction it held until September 11, 2001. April 19, 1995. It's barely 9 a.m. All floors of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building have just been destroyed by an explosion. Live news feeds from American television bear witness to the violence of the event.
It was an explosion at 9 o'clock this morning that did that damage you're looking at right there, blowing off the entire north face of that building. A bomb squad is on the scene. It is just incredible to think that there was that much heavy artillery that was somehow moved into the downtown Oklahoma City Federal Building.
1/3 of the building is completely pulverized. The bomb detonated at the building's north entrance. The explosion was so powerful that it triggered a tremor measuring 3.2 on the Richter scale. The scene is one of total devastation. Cars are completely destroyed. More than 300 buildings will be damaged. The blast was so powerful, it shattered every office window in the downtown area. At the site of the tragedy, as the emergency services are evacuating the survivors, the bodies of more victims are slowly being recovered. The building housed several federal government offices. A daycare center was located on the second floor. The final toll is tragic. Of the people present in the building at the time of the explosion, 168 died. Among them, 19 children, all under the age of 6. Barely 1.5 hours after the explosion, an investigator finds the axle of the vehicle in which the bomb had been fitted. The serial number on the axle identifies the vehicle, a Ford truck belonging to the Ryder Rental Company. The vehicle had been rented 2 days earlier from Elliott's Body Shop in Junction City, Kansas, over 400 kilometers north of Oklahoma. That same day, witnesses provide FBI experts with enough information to draw up a sketch of the suspect. He immediately becomes America's most wanted man. At the same time, 130 kilometers north of the city, an Oklahoma State trooper arrests a man on Interstate 35. His name, Timothy McVeigh. The evidence found on him and in his motel is overwhelming, and the resemblance to the sketch drawn by FBI experts is beyond doubt. Timothy McVeigh is confirmed as the man who rented the Ryder truck used in the attack.
McVeigh had been held here for 2 nights and was on the point of being released on bail. But a judge was too busy to hear the case. Then a police officer recognized him as matching the image of the man wanted for the bombing.
Former military and a veteran of the Gulf War, Timothy McVeigh is a white supremacist, an anti-government and conspiracy theorist.
ITN has found McVeigh listed on a computer service used by America's civilian militias.
The full investigation will link Timothy McVeigh to his accomplice, Terry Nichols, his platoon guide and army buddy. Together, the two men mastermind the attack in a bid to denounce the alleged tyranny of the American government. Timothy McVeigh was found guilty on all counts and sentenced to death. He was eventually executed on June 11, 2001. Terry Nichols was sentenced to life in prison without parole. He is currently serving his sentence in the Florence Maximum Security Prison in Colorado. The Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building was completely demolished just over 1 month after the attack. Since then, a memorial has been erected on the former site of the building to ensure that the terrible attack that struck Oklahoma City on April 19, 1995, and the 168 innocent victims who tragically lost their lives that day will never be forgotten.
Has crashed in the Lockerbie area. A terrible explosion. That's for revenge.
Lockerbie, with a population of only 4,000 people, is a small Scottish town located 30 kilometers from the border with England. a true haven of peace in the middle of the countryside, predestined to one day make world news. December 21, 1988. Night has already fallen, and flames can be seen dotted around the streets and squares of this sleepy Scottish town. The source of the fires: an airliner has just crashed in Lockerbie.
Good evening. A Pan Am jumbo jet with 258 people on board has crashed tonight just north of the Scottish border.
Daylight showed the power of the force that destroyed the plane.
British investigators are quickly on the scene and begin to retrace the events leading up to the disaster. 6:25 p.m., Pan Am Flight 103, a Boeing 747, takes off from London's Heathrow Airport. Destination: New York. On board, 243 passengers and 16 crew. The plane ascends and heads north, reaching an altitude of 31,000 feet. At 7:03 p.m., as the aircraft approached the Gulf of Solway and was about to start its Atlantic crossing, a bomb suddenly exploded inside the plane. The aircraft is critically damaged and breaks into several pieces in midair. When the plane crashed, the debris destroyed several houses and created a gigantic impact crater. 11 Lockerbie residents are killed. All 259 people on board died in a matter of seconds. Among them were 189 Americans, including 35 Syracuse University students on their way home for the Christmas holidays. 43 British citizens and nationals from 19 other countries also lost their lives.
Mrs. Thatcher and the Duke of York have both gone there to see the devastation for themselves.
The cameras of the world are focused on the small town of Lockerbie.
A terrorist bomb is being blamed tonight for the Pan Am jet disaster in Scotland. Aviation experts say it was probably sabotage.
Channel 4 News has discovered that the airline Pan Am was singled out for revenge by Palestinian groups 2 years ago.
The 3-year joint investigation by the Scottish authorities and the FBI revealed that the bomb, a Semtex-type explosive charge, had been concealed inside a radio cassette player packed into a suitcase, stored in the luggage compartment on the left side of the forward hold. According to the investigators, the culprits are Libyan nationals, named Abdelbasset al-Megrahi and Lamin Khalifa Fhimah, 2 intelligence agents acting under the orders of the head of the Libyan government, Muammar Gaddafi. The dictator himself is said to have decided to carry out the attack in retaliation for the bombing of Tripoli and Benghazi by American forces in 1986, in which he claims members of his family were killed. In 2001, 13 years after the events, Abdelbasset al-Megrahi was tried by a Scottish court and found guilty of the deaths of the 270 victims of the bombing. He will be sentenced to life imprisonment. Lamin Khalifa Fhimah was acquitted. Muammar Gaddafi denied his involvement for over 10 years, but in 2003 finally acknowledged his country's responsibility under pressure from the international community and agreed to pay over $2 billion in compensation. In 2009, Abdelbasset al-Megrahi, suffering from pancreatic cancer, was released and allowed to return to Libya. He had maintained his innocence throughout the proceedings. Since his death in 2012, his family has continued to appeal his conviction. There are still many gray areas surrounding the Lockerbie tragedy, and the investigation into the deadliest bombing in UK history is still far from over.
In Nairobi, they're still pulling bodies.
Looking for survivors. Killed almost 200 people.
Nairobi, Kenya. Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. 2 East African capitals with a combined population of over 10 million. where on August 7, 1998, all hell broke loose almost simultaneously.
A bomb at the American embassy killed almost 200 people.
It's 10:30 a.m. in Nairobi. A truck loaded with explosives has just detonated in front of the American embassy building in Kenya. Chaos ensued. Rescue workers tried to pull victims from the rubble. Barely 10 minutes later, in Dar es Salaam, just over 800 kilometers from Nairobi, another truck exploded in front of the American embassy in Tanzania.
Back there, 100 yards! No one comes through!
The two attacks were claimed by Al-Qaeda, a hitherto little-known radical Islamist organization led by the man who was to become public enemy #1 in the United States, Osama bin Laden.
FBI agents have begun the painstaking task of sifting the debris for clues that could link the atrocities.
The investigation will enable us to reconstruct the terrible events of August 7, 1998. Mid-morning in Nairobi, two men drive up to the entrance of the American embassy's underground parking lot in a Toyota truck. When the guard refuses to open the barrier, one of the men opens fire and throws a stun grenade, breaking any resistance. Seconds later, the 900 kilograms of explosives in the back of the truck detonate. The death toll is devastating. 213, including 12 Americans, and over 4,000 more injured or requiring treatment. A few minutes later, in Dar es Salaam, a refrigerated truck explodes on the perimeter of the American embassy in Tanzania. The toll, 11 dead, all Tanzanian passers-by, an additional 85 wounded.
We will use all the means at our disposal to bring those responsible to justice, no matter what or how long it takes.
In retaliation, then U.S. President Bill Clinton launched Operation Infinite Reach on August 20, 1998. 13 days after the bombing, missile strikes launched on al-Qaeda training camps in Afghanistan and a chemical weapons factory in Sudan are claimed as successes. As for the investigation, it will take many years to identify the masterminds behind these two attacks. A list of the 21 terrorists who were involved was published by the American authorities. Among them were the four main organizers. Ahmed Khalfan Gailani, a Tanzanian captured in 2004 and transferred to Guantanamo prison. Fahid Mohammed Ali Masalam, a Kenyan killed by an American drone strike in 2009. Fazul Abdullah Mohammed, a Comorian, killed in a clash with Somali police in 2011. Abu Anas Alibi, Libyan, captured in 2013 and died of cancer in New York while being held for trial. In 2018, 20 years after the deadly event, Kenya and Tanzania together commemorated these two attacks, which targeted the United States and caused the tragic death of innocent African civilians whose lives were sacrificed at the altar of al-Qaeda's terrorist extremism.
All IRA bomb attacks on Fedtex explosives activated.
London, the capital of the United Kingdom. A union of four nations, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, has witnessed a complex history of political and cultural strains. The most significant was a deadly conflict known as the Troubles, which arose in Northern Ireland due to tensions between Republican groups seeking Irish unification and Unionists who wished to remain part of the UK. The symbols of this war were the Irish Republican Army, the IRA, and their militant faction, the Provisional IRA, who conducted a decades-long armed paramilitary campaign against British rule, which included guerrilla warfare, bombing campaigns, and attacks on the British mainland. It's February 9, 1996. A bomb has just exploded near South Quay Station in the London Docklands, the city's newly redeveloped financial district. Warned by several coded phone calls 90 minutes before the explosion, London police had time to evacuate and secure the area, saving many lives. But images filmed by the English media bear stark witness to the destructive power of the device. Several buildings, including the Midland Bank and the subway station, were completely devastated. The explosion was heard for miles around, and the shockwave blew out the windows of every building within the vicinity of the attack. Responsibility was immediately claimed by the Provisional IRA.
Harrods in 1983, Bishopsgate in 1993, and then the Docklands in 1996. All IRA bomb attacks on London thought to have used explosives from Libya.
The 1,400-kilogram bomb, a mixture of ammonium nitrate and Semtex, was concealed in the back of a truck parked 70 meters from the South Quay Station, where the underground line passes under the Marsh Wall. At 5:30 p.m., a Provisional IRA spokesman warns the media.
There's a massive bomb beside South Quay Station, Marsh Wall, Isle of Dogs, London. Evacuate immediately.
On the scene, as the police begin to evacuate the area, a news agent and his employee choose to close their store before leaving. At 7 p.m., the bomb exploded. Inam Bashir, the news agent's owner, and John Jeffries, his employee, are killed instantly.
At 7:01, Semtex explosive hidden in a lorry blew up.
I used to sit right at the front of the...
In total, 100 people were injured, and over £150 million worth of damage was caused. The Docklands Financial District was home to several major multinational companies, and the tallest building in Europe at the time. It symbolized British financial power. 5 months later in Manchester, on June 15, 1996, 70,000 people were evacuated from the town's shopping center just in time to witness the IRA detonate another bomb. The largest to hit the UK since World War II.
The bomb, which was loaded onto a truck, exploded at around 11:20 this morning with devastating effect.
Move out!
With these two bombings, the IRA proved that it was prepared to redouble its violent means to achieve its political ends.
Yes, 71.12%.
2 short years later, on April 10, 1998, the Good Friday Agreements finally put an end to the violence and marked the beginning of a long peace process.
His brother murdered 22 people.
I am violently sorry.
After the IRA bomb explosion in 1996, Manchester was able to rebuild its old city center, and 20 years later, it is now home to international sports events and concerts. But the city of Manchester is about to be hit again by a new attack. This time, it will be terribly deadly.
Oh my God. What's going on? What just happened? What's going on?
Is just people overreacting or?
Yeah, I think so.
May 22, 2017. A bomb has exploded inside the 21,000-seat sports venue. Amateur videos show the chaos that ripped through the entrance hall as the sound of the explosion shook the building. The flashing lights of police cars and ambulances illuminate the night. The area around the Manchester Arena, which had just hosted a concert by American pop star Ariana Grande, has just been secured by the police force. The next day, the UK wakes up in shock. 22 people have died in the attack. Among them were parents collecting their children from the concert, a teenager and an 8-year-old girl, Safi Rose Rouzos. The investigators soon discover that it is a suicide terrorist attack. The suicide bomber is Salman Abedi, a 22-year-old English national of Libyan origin. On the day of the attack, several surveillance cameras filmed him on his way to Victoria's subway station and then to the Manchester Arena. In his rucksack, a homemade bomb filled with nails and bolts designed to maximize the damage caused by the explosion. At 10:31 p.m., just as the concert has finished, Salman Abedi descends from the mezzanine to the entrance hall and detonates his bomb in the middle of the crowd.
Oh my God.
Responsibility for the attack is claimed by the Islamic State, and the investigation proves that Salman Abedi, who had lived a radicalized life, had just returned from a trip to Libya 4 days before the attack, during which he had been able to plan his act. The young man had already been identified twice by MI5 as an SOI, subject of interest. The survivors were further disturbed to discover that security personnel at the Manchester Arena let a suspicious man carrying a black rucksack into the venue without a security check, leading to serious questions being asked, and for the country to introduce much stricter controls for major events.
I am profoundly sorry that MI5 did not prevent the attack.
3 years after the attack, the terrorist's younger brother, Hashem Abedi, is arrested by Libyan security forces and extradited to the UK. He is convicted of working with his older brother to plan his murderous deed. He will be sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum 55-year term. In 2022, the city of Manchester inaugurated a memorial called the Glade of Light. Each block of stone is adorned with the names of the 22 victims, along with messages and memories left by their families, a symbol of enduring resilience, and a memorial to ensure no one will forget the innocents who perished on a day which tragically marked English history.
An emotional event for a lot of people.
Security can never be understood.
Brussels, capital of Belgium. With a population of 1.2 million, it's home to the headquarters of NATO and several European Union institutions. About 40% of its citizens are born elsewhere, making it the second most cosmopolitan city in the world. But despite the values of tolerance advocated by its inhabitants, the city is about to experience a shocking and tragic event. March 22, 2016, 8 a.m. 2 bombs have just exploded at Brussels airport.
What it was? A job or was it a terrorist?
It happened like more time.
These eyewitness images vividly illustrate the violence of the explosions. In the midst of the rubble, survivors try to evacuate. Outside, there is total panic. Just over an hour later, a third bomb explodes in the downtown Brussels metro, near the European Commission. The area is immediately cordoned off, and emergency services begin rescue attempts for any victims. It is a triple suicide attack coordinated to take place in less than 73 minutes. At 7:58 a.m. at Brussels Airport, 2 terrorists blow themselves up in the departure hall at 9-second intervals. At 9:11 a.m. in the city center, a 3rd terrorist detonates himself inside a subway train at Malbec station. Provisional death toll, 31. That same evening, the Belgian authorities released an image from airport surveillance cameras showing 3 suspects. On their carts are bags containing the 3 explosive devices. Police identify the 2 suicide bombers. Center, Ibrahim El Bakrawi. Left, Najim Lakrawi. On the right, an as yet unidentified man. On his cart is the largest explosive charge, which didn't detonate. The 3rd man fled the airport before setting off his bomb. The media dubbed him the Man in the Hat. A local cab driver immediately recognizes the 3 men. He dropped them off at the airport on the day of the attack. He leads the investigation team back to the building where he had picked them up. Rue Max Ruse in Schaerbeek, a commune in the northeast of Brussels. Police raid the terrorist's apartment and discover explosives, chemicals, and an Islamic State flag. The investigation will lead to the identification of the terrorist on the metro. Khalid El Bakrawi, Ibrahim's brother. The man in the hat is later identified as Mohammed Abrini and is finally arrested on April 7. The 4 terrorists, all Belgian nationals, were known to the authorities and were fully radicalized. Mohammed Abrini, the only terrorist to survive after abandoning his attempt to detonate the device at the airport, will be sentenced to 30 years in prison by the Belgian courts. With a final death toll of 35, the March 22, 2016 attack was the worst in Belgium's history.
As thousands stood and reflected.
The authorities were quick to address the security vulnerabilities that left 4 dangerous, radicalized criminals unmonitored, and will be compelled to reform the country's security forces to prevent another attack from one day plunging Belgium into mourning once again.
No one in Madrid wants
on the
to get
track
on a
to
train.
those who committed mass murder here.
Madrid, capital of Spain, known for its unique architecture, culture, and history. A magical city visited by millions of tourists every year, which was plunged into horror in March of 2004. These images, captured by surveillance cameras on the morning of March 11, 2004, show a devastating series of explosions on Madrid's Cercanías commuter train system, all bound for Atocha train station. Within a few minutes, 10 bombs explode inside 4 trains. The world is frozen as they witness in real time the horrific images of train carriages ripped open and innocent passengers killed in the deadliest act of terrorism in the country's history.
By what's happened, they're scared it might happen again.
It was later dubbed the 11M. Between 6 and 6:15 a.m., 4 trains left Alcalá de Henares station bound for central Madrid. At 7:37 a.m., 3 bombs were detonated in the first train at Atocha station. 1 minute later, 2 bombs concealed in the second train exploded as they arrived at Alpoza station. Then another in a third train at Santa Eugenia station in the southeast of the city. and 4 separate bombs concealed in the train arriving at Cayetea's station. All 10 bombs were detonated by cell phone. The death toll rose to 193, with over 2,000 injured. Most of the victims are Spanish, but there are also citizens of 16 other nationalities affected. The whole world is in mourning. 3 weeks after the attack, Interpol published a list of 6 suspects wanted in connection with the investigation. They are all members of a terrorist cell linked to Al-Qaeda, made up of Spaniards from Moroccan and Tunisian backgrounds. Radicalized and opposed to Spain's involvement in the Iraq War and their support for America's war on terror. On April 3, Spanish special forces raid an apartment in the town of Leganés. The terrorists are holed up inside and chose to blow themselves up rather than face arrest. Among them is Serhan Ben Abdelmajid Faket, alias the Tunisian, the operational leader of the attacks. A total of 29 people were arrested for instigating, planning, or participating in the attacks. On October 31, 2007, 21 of them were sentenced to prison terms ranging from 3 years to over 40,000 years, the sentences for each death being consecutive.
At a makeshift mortuary.
911 days after September 11, 2001, when Al-Qaeda first attacked American soil, Madrid was the first European city to be hit by the Islamist organization.
And ask themselves why.
The 11M bombings were the first in a long list of attacks that would terrorize the entire continent and demonstrate the degree to which Islamist fundamentalism was now a European reality, and the threat of attack would spare no nation.
The tracks of those who committed mass murder here.
This is clearly a very large incident, and it's still very far from over.
Each of these bombing attacks exposed flaws in security and preparedness, forcing every country to increase their vigilance and improve their intelligence to prevent at all costs the indiscriminate violence of terrorism. These news broadcasts captured the attention of the world and continue to remind us to never forget the innocent people who lost their lives during these traumatic and senseless attacks.